Welcome to NEK-TV Rocks, and my guests today are Brenda Lowther and Tim Daley, and we're going to talk about a warming shelter, right?
Yes. Coming here in Newport.
How did this happen?
Well, as part of Joshua House, I've really seen that we need a warming shelter. There are times when someone is, they lose their housing right in the winter, right in the heart of the cold time. And so, yes, I've had to drive people to shelters in other towns, in Barry. Good Samaritan is there, and so, yes, it's a need, and I hoped we could have something like it, and there have been other efforts, but this is coming to pass, we hope.
Well, and also, it wasn't actually started with Joshua House. Joshua House came on board with it. It was a collaborative effort, what was it, an advisory board that met.
A task force.
A task force, yes, that met over the summer, I believe, and the Church of God was involved, the city, the police, NECA, some other people, and it sort of grew, and the idea of it came into being, and in order to really make it happen, we need a nonprofit. I mean, because people want to make a donation and things like that. And Joshua House came on board with it to act in that function.
Right. And it fully fit with your mission.
It did.
Yes,
It did.
Win-win.
Exactly.
As far as we can see.
Yes.
And the task force, which was something I was actually involved with, was about an ordinance. And for many of us, that was a travesty, because why have an ordinance if you don't have an opportunity or an option for people who are unhoused? That's right. And then sadly, that's an increasing number.
Yes, it is.
So the ordinance was about pushing people to the perimeter, saying you can't pitch your little tent here, you can't pitch it there. And for some of us, it was, now what? And then up you came, which is wonderful.
Yes, and this, though, is still not about pitching tents places. This is...
Didn't say it was.
Well, no, but you were talking about you can't pitch your tent here, you can't pitch your tent there. And that it's an actual location.
Right.
And it's where the old Bayview Motel was for people old, and for Richard's All Seasons for people also old, but not as old.
And the Thai restaurant in its earlier incarnation.
Yes, but not this Thai restaurant, not this Thai restaurant, the former
Titanic.
And who didn't think that would fail? Wouldn't fail, right? I mean, seriously, who names a restaurant Titanic? Anyway, but that was a previous entrepreneur that came into town, which was also really wonderful. I mean, there were people often say nothing's really happening in the community, and there are things happening.
Tons of things happening.
Yes. And just while we're here, I just want to give you credit for something that you created a number of years ago when people would always say, well, I don't know what's going on. And you created Newport, Vermont Rocks, and you made information available to hundreds, maybe thousands of people in the area and beyond.
Thank you.
And that really made a difference. And then from that, you brought this show to life, and again, a great service to the community.
Yes.
So
thank you.
Yeah, it's really good.
The point of this is to share this information with the community and hopefully bring people to the shelter.
Yes.
What is a warming shelter? How does it differ from a, quote, shelter?
I think you answered that, right?
Well, people will be able to go there and spend the night.
Yeah.
And then the next morning, they actually will have to leave. That's the difference. It's not really a transitional shelter, which they have in other places, such as Burlington, where they work on housing. This is just to stay warm, have something to eat, to, just maybe regain hope. And then the next morning, they would leave. So that's a warming shelter.
So it's a first step.
It's bare necessities, yes.
And a way to be out of the Arctic weather that we get in the winter here.
Yes, it is.
Just today. I mean,
It's raw.
Yeah.
Raw
It
today.
is.
You know, and people have asked me, well, how many people is that? How many people are really homeless and that kind of thing? And I don't know that I actually have any number per se of knowing them, but it's about the people that end up in situations like this. If you think about maybe, and I don't know what everyone's life was like, but I'll use my life as an example. My youth was crazy. I did things. I went out drinking. I spent money I didn't have sometimes, and my life just kind of went down the drain in a sense, right? And I had family that I could kind of reach out to if I needed it. And even at that point, they were like, you're on your own here. And I found myself at times with no place to go. I remember huddling in a doorway once. It wasn't as cold as it is here, but it was cold, and it was rainy that night, and I had no place to go. And there was no warming shelter. There was no homeless shelter in the community I was in. And having something, I mean, I feel it really personally. I mean, having something that you could go to and be there through the night. I mean, you'd think, well, they could hang out at Maple Fields, or they could go to Cumberland Farms or something. Well, maybe you can go in and out a few times, but I mean,
it's not the same.
Not the same. Not the same. And when you're cold and wet or tired or whatever, you just need to lie down. You need to lie down, and as Brenda says, get a little food. There'll be a couple bathrooms. One will have a shower in it, so you can do that.
Yes.
And just to kind of regroup, just to regroup. And even if you aren't in a situation of having housing and you need to come to the shelter for several nights in a row, there will be people, and Joshua House a bit with Brenda's help, to help you find, to work you into housing and to understand why you're here in the first place.
Yeah, and you guys have a track record of helping people before they become unhoused.
Yes, we do.
And a really good track record. And that's experience that's so important.
Yeah. Yes, I was thinking about how many times Joshua House has made a difference with just warmth. And we've provided mattresses for high school students so that they didn't have to sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
And because often we would be called by the high school social workers, and they would have to move in with friends' families, and there was no provision, so we provided mattresses. We would have propane filled so that I'd like to talk to some of those who've actually heard my voice over the last 7 years, because many of them don't know my face, but hundreds of people have talked to me on the phone, and I've just been privileged to hear these stories. We've filled propane tanks so that someone could bathe their baby in warm water and take him to the doctor. We've put generators in campers because people are living in campers often, and they would then have light and they would have warmth. Are filling the oil tank so that people could stay warm. Are just many different things with landlords and paying their rent so that they didn't have to go out, because preventing homelessness was our mission.
Right.
And it's been a real privilege to work in this, and we've helped in many ways. And now I'm hoping that we can share this warmth with the warming shelter in Newport. And we're just asking people to remember the warmth here at Thanksgiving, and to tell your friends and maybe the businesses that you use to help support the warming shelter. And you can do that by attending our fundraiser, which I'm sure we'll talk about, and giving a donation if you're able, or volunteering. And this would be a real blessing
So
to
you have
Joshua
a list
House.
of what the shelter is going to need to keep it going, because it's all volunteer.
Yes, that's right. Just as Joshua House has been all volunteers, this is all volunteer efforts. So yes.
And at the end of this show, there'll be a number up on the screen so that people have a way of contacting somebody.
Sure.
Yes.
Excellent.
To move this forward.
Well, it's a big project. Came on kind of quickly.
It sure did.
Yeah, I mean it's coming together, but the reality is it's not quite there yet. We're still working together. There's a table that meets every Thursday, which we're all a part of, and we talk about who's doing what, how things are coming together, and so really what's needed at the moment are the volunteers. What the shelter will need is to have 2 volunteers. One, how it will actually work is still a little needing of fine-tuning, but
the number's right.
Yeah,
2.
the number's right. We'll need 2 because you don't want to be alone in the
Right.
shelter with another
Absolutely.
person. And right. So there's that. The commitment would be basically from probably around 4:30 in the afternoon. It opens at 5, so coming probably around 4:30, getting it opened and getting
Sure.
it started, and then it closes at 8 in the morning, then probably staying until maybe 9, working, kind of cleaning up
Sure.
for the next night. And so there's little things. It's you might say, well, that's a lot of time for nothing. Volunteering, right? You're not getting paid. No, I'm
This
not
is
saying
true.
for nothing, but I mean,
Yeah.
you're not being paid for
Right.
it.
Right.
But the board of Joshua House, Brenda and I think in particular, I mean, over the last 7 years, I know myself personally, I mean, I have several jobs. You've seen me in different places, right? I'm with
Everywhere.
Yes, everywhere. I'm at the Thai restaurant, at the Episcopal Church, volunteering at different things. And my volunteer time is really always a part of my working time. And when we're talking about how nothing happens in Newport or Newport is just falling apart or whatever, people are working to make it happen.
Right.
And we all need to work together. We all need to give our time to something.
Right.
We need to work on something. And we just can't expect someone to do it. We don't need any more should-doers. What you should
Right.
do is this. What you should do is
Right.
that.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, we don't need any of those. What
Right.
we do need is for you to contact us and find out more about what the needs are for
Right.
this, and come to a training, which we're looking to have starting in 2 weeks, the week of the 17th, and to be a part of it.
Right.
And if you're afraid, well, just come and know that you'll be
Right.
supported. No one's asking you to do this on your own.
Right.
It's all of us
And the
working
more of
together.
us who are involved, the better.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
it doesn't necessarily have to be time in the shelter. Help get food, cook a meal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Make sandwiches.
That's right.
Yeah. Maybe clean. Maybe.
Get some coffee.
Yeah. And maybe. Yeah. We're looking for. We need a lot of volunteers.
Right.
And we also are looking for someone that could coordinate the volunteers. It's, again, a lot of opportunity and a lot of moving parts.
Sure.
I feel like I'm yelling, and I apologize if you're
That's
hearing
enthusiasm.
me that way. Yeah, it is. So Chris Mitchell with the state who is one of the members at the table, has put this together. It's a overnight shelter support need. And I just going to read off some of these.
Okay.
Just what the volunteers need would be to be present at the shelter overnight to ensure a safe.
Yeah. I think we've
Nope.
sort of covered that.
Okay. Yep.
And how about looking at some of the other things that the group has planned as a way of raising money? Because
Oh,
money is
yes.
important. The important stuff.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Well, the important stuff.
The important stuff is the fundraiser coming
Right.
right up in
Yes,
December,
yes.
December 9th at the East Side Restaurant, 6 to 9, and that'll be a talent show. And I think basically these fundraisers are pretty famous because they're always lots of fun, and this will be,
The last one was packed.
yes, it was. I think they've been packed pretty much this would be the third?
And I was told
Third
by
or
two
fourth, I
musicians
think.
this morning that they were going to be performing there. So
Yes.
we have some amazing local performers.
Wow, wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. There's usually an auction that Tim usually runs. We have Elia Spates this year is going to be our hostess.
That's great.
And she's also made a wonderful quilt that's going to be raffled off.
That is, yes, going to be
started,
raffled off, and you can
yes.
buy tickets now. Yes.
I saw that, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that'll be on the website, right?
Yes.
That information.
And we have a website. I'll say it. You'll see it in a little bit, but it's it stands for Joshua House Warming Shelter Newport. So it's jhwsnewport.org. We're an organization.
Yes.
.org.
Yes.
Yes, and so building a website or writing copy for it or for all the stuff that needs to go on it is not my strength. However,
So if there was a volunteer who's good at website building,
well,
that
we
would be
have
wonderful.
a website,
Okay.
and we have that, but it's just getting, what I'm looking for actually is someone to help me build a poster for advertising. And maybe someone here, someone out there. But with my phone here, I just want to, Kelly Stuber of Sibling Reverie.
Yeah, we all know her.
Yeah,
I
she's
love her.
fabulous,
Yes, we do.
fabulous. And she is, let me just, that's not it. Let me just find
What are you trying to do?
Well, sorry. I have an email from her where she told me who some of the performers
We
are.
know who some of them are.
Okay.
Keep that as a nice surprise.
Okay, well, I just kind of want to put their names out there, if possible. Yes.
So
and
while
then-
he's playing with his phone, are there other fundraisers planned?
Well, we have the raffle that we were talking
Yeah.
about, so that will start immediately. I think Tim is getting tickets ready. I've just talked to Elia about that. We could use some more auction items, maybe.
So the way that the benefit works, if you've the talent show for years, it was
I
a
thought
talent
it was
competition.
not a talent.
No, for years it was a talent competition.
Yes.
And this year, Kelly is actually producing the show.
Right.
And as we said, Elia Spates is going to be the host.
Mm-hmm.
I got out of this last year because I was doing it all, getting
I
the
remember.
talent, everything, and it
Yes.
was just too much. This year, it's wonderful because people have come on board helping with this project.
Yes.
And just some of those names. So in addition to Todd, there's Nate Graves, Shane Goodwin, Aaron Fuller, Chris Doncaster,
Cool.
and just
Wow.
naming a few other
great.
people.
Exciting. Tim.
Yeah.
So,
So in our last 10 minutes, because
okay. Oh,
Yes.
time goes really fast when
It
we
does.
do this, what else do you think people need to know about the warming shelter? We know it's not the solution to homelessness. We truly wish there was a solution, but we're not there yet.
No.
But it's an amazing stepping stone.
Yes,
it's
it
a
is.
fantastic first stop.
I think that what I think really is that it's something that we're doing within the community.
Right.
You know, we often talk about the whole, or that there are no businesses on Main Street, or we have no real housing, or whatever. But we have a current mayor and administration that's actually helping to make some things come down the road with the big plan. And they're not going to happen tomorrow. They're not happening,
Right.
you know, they're not going to be seen to appear, you know, within the next year. But slowly things are coming together.
Right.
And what the warming shelter for me is that it says that our growth is important, and the people that are struggling are important as well.
Yes.
Right.
That's right.
And if we take care of those in need, then we can build and work on other stuff.
Yes.
And if we work together to care for people, then we can work together
Right.
to build together.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, as I understand it, there are a couple of different approaches to, quote, organizing in life. There's the top-down traditional one, which I never see making very effective change. And there's the grassroots model.
Yeah.
This has sprung from the grassroots.
Yes,
This has.
definitely.
It's about building community.
It is.
It's about getting everybody involved, because if we have homeless people in Newport, we are all involved in that.
Yes,
we
definitely, definitely, definitely. And also, I think that it's important that people know, and I may be missing some things here, but there are people in the community that are helping.
Absolutely.
There are different food shelves. St.
Yes.
Mark's has one. The United Church has one. Each, I believe, of the area churches, the Church of God is an amazing group of people that
Yes.
reaches out in very many ways.
The congregate meals that are springing up, Journey to Recovery
Yes.
is now
Yes.
doing one every
Yes.
Thursday.
Yes,
That's right.
yes.
So as food stamps disappear, or
Yes.
SNAP, or
Yes.
whatever
Yes.
it's called.
And there have been, you have to just kind of call and find out, but you can call maybe 211. I think that they would give that information. There is a place to eat a lunch somewhere in the kingdom every day.
Yes, there is.
And I know St. Mark's has one next week on Tuesday. It's called Lunch at St. Mark's. And so there are places. And so I think the warming shelter is just is a great concept. You know, it's just the idea of getting out of the cold. And so I would just say, I'm saying to both of you and to all of you out there, is that, you know, like these days right now, imagine if you didn't have a place to go back to. Say you were in a situation, you'd had a fight with your partner or your roommate or whomever, and you can't go back there, and or that you're not really from the area and you don't know anyone, and now your car broke down, or you have a flat tire, or you ran out of gas, and you have no place to go, and now it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's dark.
What do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do?
What do you do?
That's right.
And where do you go? And to know that there's a place you can go
right.
where someone greets you and says, "Okay, come in. There's a bed. You know, yep. Here's this. Here's that. And would you like something to eat? Would you like, you know?" And to be shown kindness.
Right.
Yes.
And again, I just think that all of us in this community make this happen. It's
Right.
not our jobs, it's all of us.
Exactly. And it feeds those of us who volunteer too,
Yes.
which is really important. Community
been very
is vital for all of our survival.
Yes, yes. And I am truly a believer of doing something and getting things in return. My life has been filled with richness in the sense that I've given. If I had all the things that I ever had in my life, I could fill this studio 10 times. And I always get back what I've put out. And just that one little example is, you know, you think, well, I just can't afford to do something or whatever. But you do it. You give someone $20 or you give something like $100 or more. And then, you know, something turns around in a week or a day. You know, you find a $20 bill while you're doing laundry, or someone sends you money, or something happens, or you get the opportunity for something. So putting out good energy, it comes back to you.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. So yes.
I just wanted to mention too that I had taken the calls, and I would be happy to take some calls and just refer people to the right place. And that number is 323, it's 802-323-7113. That is our Joshua House number. And I'd be happy to get you to the right place.
And that will go up on the end of the video
Yes,
too.
wonderful.
It's
That would be
important to have a way
helpful.
of contacting.
Yeah, and I wanted to mention too that the Derby Community Church has a meal the second Wednesday, and it's at night. And I can see that we would probably be taking meals to the warming shelter. It is for all community members. We're serving about 60 people now. And we have had a ministry to the Board and Motel, which of course has been transitional housing and permanent housing for a lot of people without housing. So it's a really important partner also.
Yeah, that's important information.
Okay, yes, happy to have everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what do you think of the warming shelter?
I think it's a fantastic thing.
Yes.
I was involved a few years ago in the attempt to get a warming shelter going. It fell apart because it was hard to find a space that didn't have to deal with bureaucratic rules.
Yes.
But magically, this space has appeared.
Yeah.
And the energy is there for it. So would I really love to see a permanent solution for the housing mess that we all have, which is enhanced by low wages and so many other things. So many people are unhoused and not unemployed. That's not the issue.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
But having a starting place, a place to begin to build community and have people feel that they can be a part of something as well.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I may be homeless, but that doesn't mean I can't help somebody else.
That's right. That's right.
It's really important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And again, it's part of our community. It's part of the downtown development.
Right.
It's part of it. It's not just that and this and that. It's all of it. It's all of us. The kingdom, this part of the kingdom, we are just one big community, not individual little ones.
Right.
And so working together, we see each other. We may not always agree in discussion.
We frequently don't,
oh my
and that's
gosh,
fine.
Have you met her? Have you met me?
Right.
And yes. So yes, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
So in the
It's a
last
good
2
thing.
minutes, any last thoughts?
Don't forget that donations are really important, and if that's something that you can do, you can certainly send it. Our address will be at the end of the program for Joshua House, and this will go right into the warming shelter account, which is a separate, totally separate account that
And
just
practical donations too.
absolutely
Coffee, food,
yes,
cans.
that's right,
Yes.
that's right.
Yes.
So
Sheets.
that's exactly what we need.
That kind of thing.
That's what we
Sleeping
need.
bags.
Yes.
All of it, all of it. And we are looking to raise $50,000 to bring this to life because there's a lot of functioning stuff. And we may need to pay someone to help us along the way.
Absolutely.
You know, there will be that. And so I just want to say, which you don't quite know, but we've gotten some really sizable donations so far, and we've got a very gracious one from Susan Taylor in memory of her husband Carl Taylor, who was a great humanitarian.
Yes,
and
I know
so.
her.
Yes, we just really want to thank them and thank those that have already donated. So
yes, thank you.
Keep that happening, and not just now, but this is something that will continue moving forward.
Right.
It's not just for this winter. It's moving forward,
Every winter.
and we'll make that happen.
Yeah,
and we'll be a strong community because of it.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I think we'll be doing this on repeat because as the warming shelter grows and evolves, and it will.
Yeah.
I mean,
It will.
what we all have in our little brains right now may not be what it is in a month.
That's right.
But we expect that it will grow and there will be opportunities there.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds great.
So
Thanks.
you'll probably all be coming back and bringing others with you.
Excellent.
Or maybe
Good.
we'll take the camera in there.
Ah, wow, that'd be great.
Wouldn't that be good?
great. So check
Yeah,
out
that'd be good to
the
see.
benefit coming up December 9th. I'm throwing that out
At the
again.
east side, yes.
And
Buy a
if you'd
ticket.
like to be a sponsor and a sponsor of the warming shelter, I mean that would be a great thing to
Sponsorship of the
Yes.
warming shelter. There's the next idea.
Yes,
That is.
yes.
That's a great one.
We'll see you next time.
Thank you for coming.
Thank
As
you.
we said, see you next time.